Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Reiki Zen. I hope we're okay, I hope we're well. Today's video is going to be about mindset and how we can change our mindset and change our thinking. I have made a few notes with regards to this because the mindset it's an interesting thing, because it's a bit like yesterday's video. It's about intention and focus, and once you start to lose that mindset and it starts to drift away from clear vision and seeing and thinking and rationalizing things in the right form, your mindset can quite quickly change into one of quite a negative aspect, I suppose, depending on where you are in life. And years ago I was quite a negative person, and it took me a lot to start to see and switch my thinking around, and it really is about that inner voice. It's the deep inner healing. It's the deep work. It's the working on yourself deeply through many different levels to discover why your mindset is in a certain way, what brought it to that point, how you can switch the thinking and change your mindset around, and where that level of mindset can take you if you do change that level of thinking, that mindset that is going on within you. And it can be it's one of them things that you can put quite a lot of thought into it at first, because we need to be kind of consciously aware of who we are, what we're doing, what our mindset is, what we're thinking, and it can almost take you to the point where you're trying to be aware of your thoughts regularly to try to align them to where you want them to be. But being on that path continuously can take you down the path of overthinking, of anxiety, of worry, of depression, and it's about having an understanding and a level of trying to discover when your mindset switches, what creates that switch. Is it a situation in life that's created that switch in mindset for you? And if it is, then it's about addressing that aspect within your life, uncovering it, seeing what it really is, and seeing what it's about and what it's doing to you and for you. And usually, if it's taking you down a negative path, and it's not doing much for you, so it's about switching that awareness and using it to your advantage, and almost try to in a metaphorical sense, try to use it as a mirror, so you can actually see it, you can look at it and see the reflection of yourself within it. And then once you start to truly see yourself as that reflection, as that person with that mindset, maybe whatever that view is in life, usually if you're on a path of wanting to develop your mindset, to switch your thinking, to create more of a positive vibration within your own life, then you are wanting to discover these things for self-betterment, for self-development. So the ego as well has a lot to do with your mindset. Your mindset is your ego is kind of like your background voice. It's your background, it's like your little devil on your shoulder at times. and it can make you feel like you're living in the victim state. It can give you that victim mentality where you feel that everything goes wrong for you. Nothing seems to ever go right. You can never seem to get what you want, and you can't get the perfect job, you can't meet the perfect partner, I can't do this, I can't do that, and again, as we talk about many times in these videos, it's about you're putting the wrong energy out and the wrong vibration. So every time you say I can't, or you think I can't do this and I can't do that, well, you won't be able to, because you keep telling yourself you can't. And the energy that you need to receive, you need to switch that thinking around. And it's about taking the accountability of what has happened, what's been created for whatever reason it may be, and look at it from a different angle, and switching the I can't to I will. Using the words I will or I have is putting the energy out there that you've already got it. You've already set your mindset to that achievement, to that ability to attract what you need. And just in doing that and changing that, switching that around and changing that level of thinking, that mindset, can create different outcomes. Because you can sometimes, when you do flip that mindset, you can actually see what you looked as a negative, or I can't get this, I can't get that, yada yada yada, and all this other stuff that you can't get, or you're not able to achieve, or whatever. Looking at it from a different angle and from a different viewpoint, and saying, well, actually, I don't really need that, because I've already got this, I've already got that. Actually, me not having that has helped me get that, or not being able to do that has brought me that. So there are so many different scenarios and ways we can look at things in that respect, which just by flipping that switch and changing that mentality and that focus of awareness of what energy you're putting out will help you view things in a much different way, a much different aspect. The ego also likes to play the lack of game. You're always suffering, you have scarcity, you don't have enough, you've got loss, and I don't mean loss of life, although it could be in relation to that to other people. But it's like that the ego will always seem to say that I need that, or I can't get that, or there's never enough. And again, because you're putting that energy out that you don't have enough, you never will have enough. And again, it's about that, the way you see it, the way you see your life, the way you see your world, the way you see how things revolve around you. Putting that energy out of lack, of loss, of not having enough, of being the sufferer, being the worrier, being in the energy of scarcity all the time, and the lack of is again, it's the wrong energy to put out there with this mindset. And it's about looking at things from a much more simplistic view. And when we talk about abundance and lack and not having enough, most people, when you talk about abundance, they will go straight to the energy of money, of wealth, or of financial wealth. rather than the wealth and the value and the energy of what you already really have in life. You have your life, you're alive, you've got a brand new day, you may have a roof over your head, you may have a flat, you may have very little, but what you have in your life is enough. Okay, having a little bit more might be really good, but where you are right now and what you have, you are here, you've got a new day, and you're able to function, to breathe, to connect to the people that you want to connect with in life. And it's about having such a much simpler view of things rather than being in the energy of lack, just looking at what you have got. You know, you got food in the cupboards, you got family, you got friends, you got the ability to just go out in nature and go for a walk. You might live near to the coast, so you can go and have a walk on the beach. Watch people playing on the sand. Watch the pets and the dogs running around in a park or on the beach. And just taking these beautiful little nuggets of pleasure in life and incorporating them within your own and just being present with it. You know, and being present is a really, really powerful tool for anyone in life, whether you're in the realms of spirituality or not. Just being present and being aware and being there and being in the moment. And you don't have to sit and meditate and close your eyes and listen to the sounds. You can just be present and just be aware of where you're sat. Be aware of the sounds that are around you, of children laughing and playing on the beach, or dogs barking in the park and running around and having fun, and you just being there in the mix of it all and enjoying it and just being you and being present. You may be with other people, you may be having quite in-depth conversations, you might just be talking about whatever. But it really is about having a much more simplistic view of life and of the world, because the way that the world is geared and the way that the Matrix likes to make you think is you're always missing out on something. You're always lacking, you always need something. You're constantly getting emails and notifications on social media, through your email inbox, through whatever apps that you've got, that you need to have this. You need to have that to survive. You really need to get this. You were looking at this last week on Amazon. Go and have another look. You might be really interested because you need it in your life. And it's not always the case. It's because that's constantly putting the energy out that you need to get that because you don't have enough. And basically they just use people for their own gain, for their own advantage. And we need to see the matrix and the system for what it is and how it operates. And once you see that and understand why it functions on that level, you become less reliant upon it, and you're much happier within your own life, your own surroundings, your own tribe, your own people, and having a much simpler, easier, stress-free life. And just having that alone can really flip your thinking and your mindset, because there is no pressure. There is very little pressure, and it really takes a lot of that strain off from what the work environment and the system likes to press on people to create more of that feeling of you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to get this, you need to get that, you need to work harder, you need to do more hours, you need to, and it's like it's more. But then you say no, I'm fine, I have enough. The other thing about that the ego likes to do is it's quick to spot mistakes. And, spotting mistakes in your own life, spotting mistakes in other people's lives, but just being there and spotting people's mistakes and, highlighting them within yourself. And sometimes people will really punish themselves for things that they've done, the mistakes that they've made, where in actual fact, sometimes, people do make mistakes. We're human. We're not robots. We're not androids. We're not computers. We're designed to make mistakes for a reason. And the reason why we make mistakes is so we can learn, so we can better ourselves, so we don't do that again next time. Or you can also take the positive from it, and when you do make the mistake, sometimes it can work out to the advantage where I've never actually done that before, but that's really worked well for me because I've managed to get that done in half the time. Or it's been a much quicker process or an easier process. It may not be the way somebody likes you to do it, or somebody wants you to do it, or the way you feel it needs to be done. But sometimes these are kind of lessons in life that we need to go through, and we need to be exposed to as well. So we can look at them as kind of like happy accidents and lessons. The ego also likes to complain about everything. And just complain about everything pretty much in life that doesn't go right for them. And the ego will only let you celebrate when everything goes absolutely bang on every single time. But again, if everything goes perfect every single time, how are you going to develop? How are you going to learn new skills? Because if you do everything right every single time, then you're obviously basically just doing the same thing over and over and over again, because there's no change and there's no development. So we need to go through the process of learning, of making mistakes, of understanding that they're there for a reason, but not complain about it. What's the point in complaining about it? It's happened, it's been, it's done. Whereas what we can do is we can look at situations with gratitude, and rather than complain about things, look at opportunities to find gratitude and little bits of joy within each and every day. And just doing these few things can really start to help you be more self-aware, be more self-conscious of yourself. And it is difficult to change your mindset when you become kind of ingrained in one level of thinking. Your negative viewpoints and your negative outlook on life can really take over, and it's about rewiring the brain again, and just changing that perception, moving it around, and finding the positivity within each day. Whether it's just speaking to someone that's made you laugh, that's made you smile, and having these little moments, these little treasure troves of moments throughout your day can really help you achieve a level of inner harmony and balance. And once we find that inner harmony and balance, we actually start to, the ego and the higher self and your subconscious starts to respond better. Because it's actually your vibration is changing, and everything starts to function and flow better. Your energy becomes lighter. Your vibration raises. And you start to see little flowers emerging within your life as you start to do this. And if you are wanting to venture down a path of spirituality, or maybe going through an awakening journey, and you're really having trouble with the mindset and switching your thinking, then I've done videos in the past on this channel about the ego and about shadow and your shadow self, and how you can expose both, because they work hand in hand, to level up your healing journey and really go on to a deep journey of self-discovery within yourself. And some people don't want to do that. Some people are too scared to really look at their lives almost through a microscope and analyze things throughout their lives of what's made them trigger and why they've triggered and why they respond in certain ways and what's created such a negative attitude within their life. But until you start to unfold that and expose it, then the healing won't. You might start to feel like you're making progress, but you'll go back into a loop again. And you'll start going through the whole thing again. So you really need to crack it open and work on yourself level by level. And changing your mindset when it's a bit like the pandemic. When you look at the pandemic for the last 2 years of people living in a certain way and being too scared to go out and having to wear the masks, and people still wearing the masks because they're so scared. And the psychological game that's been played to create that level of mindset, to create that level of fear, has really done a good number on everybody, because people are still really scared and really afraid. And it's quite sad to see how that's worked against the population. And it's exactly the same thing over the 2 years. Especially, it's probably even more so because it's been kind of drilled into people, psychologically bombarding them through the TV screen about this killer thing that is going to just wipe people out. And so many just couldn't see it and just couldn't. And it really is sad to see so many people that are still going along with it and falling for it. But those that have seen the cracks in the story have started to change the mindset and started to look at it from a different angle. And that's everything that you need to do with regards to your mindset, is to look at things from a different angle, through a different lens, and just go from being, and it's a perfect analogy of spirituality. Rather than living your life within a mindset or a set of principles and beliefs all in a box, blow the walls off that box, come out of that box and look at everything from an outer perspective and see it for what it truly is. And that's about switching your mindset and just opening. And it really is all to do with this awakening journey. It really is. The awakening is a huge shift in mindset, a huge shift in consciousness, a huge shift of awareness. Whatever you want to call it, it all comes under the same bracket. And as we shift that level of consciousness and that level of awareness, we start to see the fruits of what we really can achieve, what we can really manifest, what we can really attract, the people that we can really attract around us, the tribe that we need, and we start to see the fruits of our labour. And that's the card that I pulled before I decided to do this video. I was thinking about doing a video on mindset and it's looking at things in perspective, like what the chap's doing there, but he's seeing the growth, he's seeing the positivity, he's seeing everything flourishing, that he is nurtured, he's cared for, he's looked after. And again, that comes to every fibre of you, of your energy, of your physical, your energy, your mind, body, spirit, every aspect of it. Whether you are spiritual or not, or believe in any of this, again, I don't care. But it works, and it is all there. Mind, body and spirit is a thing, and it really, really works. So switch your mindset. That alone will help in so many ways on your journey. It really will. Have a great day wherever you are. Much love to you all. I'm going to go and sit outside, play ball with the dogs, and have a little bit of fun and get some vitamin D from the sun, and just have a bit of a good time really. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope my ramblings made sense. Until the next video, much love to you all. Namaste. Also, if you've got any ideas, if you have anything that you would like me to talk about, if you would like me to discuss or go into detail about, or anything that I've talked about before in previous videos that you want me to try and go deeper into, then let me know. Comment below, hit me up. If you're interested in any Reiki sessions, any healing, anything like that, then again, comment below, or I will put my website link in the description box below as well. You can view me there and find out more about what I do and how Reiki can benefit you. But until the next video, much love, take care of yourselves, namaste, and bye for now.